My jealous sister crashed my surprise proposal and announced her pregnancy to steal the moment, but her plan backfired when her boyfriend revealed they'd broken up weeks ago. I've always been in my sister Amber's shadow, or at least that's how she wanted it to be. Growing up, Amber was the golden child homecoming queen valedictorian and our parents' clear favorite. She couldn't stand when anything good happened to me. When I got a scholarship to art school, she suddenly developed severe anxiety and needed the family to focus on her for months. I learned to keep my achievements quiet and my dreams private. After college, I moved to Chicago to pursue my art career, putting 800 miles between us. That distance gave me room to breathe and find myself for the first time. That's when I met James. He was at my first gallery showing, studying my landscape series with genuine interest. F-walk the guys Amber had paraded in front of me over the years. James didn't care about status or appearances. He loved my quirky sense of humor and encouraged my art without trying to change me. After 2 years together, I knew he was the one. What I didn't know was that he was planning to propose at my biggest gallery opening yet. An exhibition featuring my work that had taken a year to create. The night should have been perfect. The gallery was packed, my paintings were selling, and my closest friends were there. James had even flown my parents in as a surprise. But when I saw Amber walk in, my stomach dropped. I hadn't invited her. She was dressed in a red designer dress that was completely over the top for an art gallery, wearing enough jewelry to open her own store. When she hugged me, she whispered, "You didn't think I'd miss your little art show, did you?" I tried to focus on my guests, but Amber kept inserting herself into every conversation, mentioning her corporate job and luxury condo. I could see James watching her with concern in his eyes. What I didn't know was that James had arranged with the gallery owner for a special moment. As everyone gathered for a toast to the exhibition, James stepped forward, said beautiful words about my talent and our journey together, and dropped to one knee. I was speechless, tears in my eyes, when I heard Amber's voice cut through the crowd. "I have an announcement too." She rushed forward, grabbing her boyfriend Kyle's arm. "We're pregnant, 8 weeks along." The room fell silent. My moment, parent, the proposal I didn't even know was coming, parent, was being hijacked again. I felt like that little girl in Amber's shadow all over again. But then something unexpected happened. Kyle's face went pale. He stepped away from Amber and said clearly, "What are you talking about? We broke up 3 weeks ago." Gasps rippled through the crowd. Amber's face flushed red as she stammered, "I was waiting for the right time to tell you." Kyle shook his head. "We haven't been together in almost a month. Here is no we, and here is definitely no pregnancy." My mother stepped forward, took Amber by the arm, and quietly said, "We're going to step outside now." The look of disappointment on my mother's face was something I'd never seen directed at Amber before. As they left, the gallery was silent. I stood frozen, unsure what to do when my father approached. This quiet man, who had always seemed to favor Amber, hugged me and said, "This is your night, don't let anyone take it from you." He smiled and said, "I think I was asking you a question." The gallery erupted in applause as I said yes. The celebration continued more joyful than before. My friends later told me they'd created a protective circle around us for the rest of the night, making sure no one could interrupt our happiness again. My parents returned without Amber. My mother hugged me tightly and whispered, "I'm sorry we didn't see it sooner. You deserve every bit of this happiness." Later that night, after everyone had gone, James and I sat on the floor of the gallery surrounded by my art and empty champagne glasses. "Your sister's quite something," he said. I laughed. "Everything has to be about her." "Well," he said, slipping the ring onto my finger again, "tonight was all about you, and our life together will be about us." The next day, Amber sent a text. "I am sorry, I need help." It was the first time she'd ever apologized to me. I am still deciding how to respond, but for the first time I feel like I am not in her shadow anymore. I am standing in my own light with a partner who sees me clearly and a future that's finally mine to shape.